Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the weekly outlook. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Let's go. All right, let's go make some cash. Let's look at the chart, see what is happening, and we'll tell you. I have it in the Pong because the Pong is a very, very interesting one, and I want you to see this trade because this trade will happen. Right? It's just a matter of time. This trade will happen. There is a chance that they can go up some more. I don't say no, they can go up some more here, but when it breaks, if and when it breaks, you want the trade. So what would be the trade setup? Remember, we wanted this. I posted that trade for a setup. I hope you sold and make money there. So watch this trade setup. Now they can go up some more. You're not forcing the trade. You want them to break here, and you want them to break this. So they can definitely make some more up here. Like this one, remember that one just kept going up, but they broke, and we're looking for this to break. So looks very much downside. Keep your eye on that. If it breaks and gives you a setup, take the trade. Let's go dollar index. Dollar index, we're breaking out, and I'm expecting, last week we said we were expecting it to make a correction. Sorry, I'm on the monthly. I went there accidentally. Go here. We're expecting them to make a correction back to this trend line. Let me go to the daily so I can show you. We're expecting an up correction on the dollar index. We expect this to come up somewhere here. So we're gonna expect some weakness in the euro, the pound, the Aussie, the New Zealand, everything else that has a dollar in it. Right? Let's go. If you guys keep your questions to the end, I will be able to answer them. Right? Okay, is everything okay? Is everybody seeing the charts clearly? Give me a yes if you are, because somebody noticed something. Okay, great. So that's probably on his side. Euro. Remember, we said we were expecting a downside, and we're still at the top. So there's still potentially a trade down to the bottom here. Keep your eyes out for this trade. Let's go look at it in the 4-hour. We did break that high. They made a spike up, break the high, drop, and now you're getting a sell setup. Now, I don't think this one is going to go immediately. I doubt this one is going to go because we might get some more consolidation in here before we go. So what I would like to see is this come here, go back to the top, and then come make more of a consolidation in here. Confirm this is your impulse, and that's your consolidation to go. If you're already in the trade, I think you would be, it's a little premature. If you're already in the trade, you're too early in it. Probably, move it to break even or whatever if you can. But I'm looking for this to come here, probably go back there and then downside. So you can get this trade, but a little more patience in it. Don't jump into it. If it starts to fall in a news event, put an entry order. I think you guys know how to trade that, right? If it goes immediately, but I don't think it's going immediately. Pong, I already showed you. We're looking for a sell setup. Aussie did go a little higher than I expected. I thought that, at this level, they'll probably just break the top and come back down. They actually went much higher than I expected, and they're actually consolidating. They actually spend the entire week consolidating there. And that's not a good sign. Let's put it to the 4-hour. If Aussie consolidates at the top here more, it's a good, they may go one more up. And if they break out of this structure, that changes everything. So let me go to the daily so you can see that structure. Aussie's at the top there. That still does not negate the fact that we can get one more down. Let me remove this fib. Good. Oh, come on. Yeah. That doesn't mean we still cannot get the one trade more down to the downside. That is still possible. The only time that will become impossible is when they break this top. Break out of the structure, break the top. So if they consolidate to the top there, we would look for upside. Now, the consolidation has just started. You can see that this one has already made a 1, a 2, a 3, and they still went up. So 1, 2, 3, I can still see them coming back here before they go. Right? So as far as we're looking at the structure right now, we still think there is a possible downside in it. So you had that correction there. There was a buy setup, not a buy we took because I thought it would be very sharp and they'll come down. Not a buy I would take again if I see it. But on the downside, wait for this to break out. Wait for them to make a flag. Don't jump into this thing too early and then go for this trade. If they come to this trend line here, only here, and start to go back up, you will get a small trade. You'll move your stop, get some profit, and we would look for buy setups that will start an uptrend. Right now, I don't see that happening. I still think we're looking for the downside. So if they consolidate only at the top here and go back up, you got a buy setup here. you can take this trade and put it to break even. When it gets to the top here, put that trade to break even and see how far it goes. Right? You know, it's like rarely they would break out, but they could. If they start going up, I think that's it. We may be already in the uptrend. Right? Once they break the structure, that will confirm the uptrend. But we can't confirm it until we get a break of the structure. Right now, we're still looking for a sell setup. So let's see which one works. You know, the correction is very likely going to happen. So let's keep an eye on it. New Zealand, this one we're looking for a sell setup. I think you can look for a sell setup. So let's look at this structure. It started, it went, it took the top out as we expected. They came, they took the top. There still is a possibility for them to tag that top. Remember, we said they could tag that top and then reverse. Put it in a 4-hour. We finally broke with a very sharp move. And for those of you who took the trade, some of you took it a little early when I posted, right? Some of you took it on this small flag. If you took it on that small flag, including in our trading room, some of our traders took it. I warned them to get it to break even. Because if this comes back up, we're going to get a deeper correction. I thought they'll probably go about a 50 pips somewhere here and then go down. They actually went much higher. And we're still under this low. We're still making a lower low. And now if you sell, if you took the sell anywhere in here, right? Anywhere for any reason, you need to keep a stop above here, because if they break that, that changes everything, right? We're going to get more upside. I still think it's downside. If you're not in the trade yet, you can wait for a pullback, a flag, and then sell it. They will make a flag somewhere, right? So you wait for that flag and then you sell it. If you're in the trade, you just put it to wherever your stop is, put your stop above here, and wait for it to come some more. If this comes to the lower, and they will come probably to the low here, when they hit this low, you put that trade to break even. So when they tag the low again, we put it to break even and leave it to go, or to go back up. Either of those possibility exits, but we're looking for one more downside, right? So one more downside would be good for us. So look for that trade. It's a sell setup. We're looking for a sell here. Yen, you may get one more down here. It's a correction to go up. We're looking for this to be correction to go up. If this keeps climbing up, they did break this structure, but they didn't give a sell setup. See, they were trying to break here, but we didn't get a sell setup. So you can still expect this to come back one more here and then go back up. If they don't, you have to buy it above the top, and that trade itself is highly risky. If you don't know how to manage trades like that, don't take it. If it comes back to the low and then go, this becomes a less risky trade, because you would have got the three-wave consolidation you're looking for, and then you can go. So I think this week, expect this to come back here and then go, which means we will see more consolidation in Euro, Pound, Aussie, New Zealand before they go. Just consolidation, not necessarily big, because this is still a consolidation here, right? So keep your eyes on this one. Either you put an entry order or you take it from a lower point. CAD going sideways. I'm expecting one more up. Let's hope we get it. I'm expecting this to do 1, 2, 3, and then go down, right? So right now in this piece, put it in we're in the 15 minutes here. They broke out, but they're not going anywhere as yet, right? So you don't have a sell setup. A sell setup will come on the break of this low. This could still do something like this and go back up, right? So if you're going to take a sell setup in it, you have to take a sell setup on the break of this low, and that will be a very short trade. Yeah, that would be a very short trade, because once they break the low, once they come somewhere here, they can go right back up. Right? Now you will take this trade, put it to break even, and see where it goes from there. Right? If they go back up, your buy comes in the break of this. This will become a flag, and you buy above here. Right? So which way they're gonna go? I'm hoping for the upside, because I want to see a three-wave structure before they go back. Right? So I'm not looking for a sell setup. I'm actually looking for the buy setup. For me, the sell setup is toward, I want this to come back here and then go down. This is the structure I'm looking for. Right? You can see it, 1, 2, 3, and then downside. So too early for downside. wait for the buy. Even if they go down, like I said, that will be short term. They'll probably come a little low and then go back up. I'm looking for the upside on the CAD. Upside and then the big sell. Upside means give me this one here and then the big sell, right? This would be the pattern I'm looking for. Swiss, you definitely have an upside. This one is easy. This one is not a difficult one. I think all of you can see it. You probably get one more impulse and you can take profit. Euro Oz came down quite a lot. I was expecting a correction last week from around this area here, a correction before they come down, and they just kept going down. So we will still wait for a correction here and then go down, right? If they're going to go down, they have to make a corrective structure. So they will never go down in a straight line. On the 1 hour, you look at this. If you get, I think we may be getting a correction. It's not a very big one, but it looks like we're getting some kind of a correction here. So I would like to see this probably go some more. Pull back, go some more, something like that. Eventually, we're going to have a trend to the upside. So can we get a trade into that? The sell here is not a good idea, but if they make a flag here, this becomes a good idea for a buy, right? So we can look for that buy. On the daily, the CAD is on the trend line. On the daily, the CAD is on the daily trend line. Now, this is also why I think they wouldn't break out, because we are in the daily trend line, and I don't think this is all the C wave. I think we can get one more wave up. So this might turn out to be a very long-term trade when you take it, right? So if you get in that trade, you can watch it for two things. Either they come here for a third wave and go down back, or it becomes a long-term trade to the upside. So the CAD is worth looking for a buy. Right? If you're on the right side of it, you get a very nice trade. Euro New Zealand also crawling down very slowly here. We did break out of this structure, which means we're looking for a bigger. I don't think it's totally down. I think it's a correction. So we're looking for this trade to correct up here, either start making the up move or come back somewhere here and then go, right? A bigger three-wave structure. So you can start for this week, it's going to be a buy. So we can start to look for a buy setup this week. Hopefully this one goes. This might not go. I think this will probably come here and give one more down. Okay. We're making a shorter term downside, and then go. So if you get one more down here, it's going to be very short-lived. Ignore the sell. Look for the buy. Right? Euro yen. I think we made this very clear last week. We're looking for the upside, right? Because you've got some kind of we had this move here correcting for a drop. They did drop a little here and go right back up. Look for a buy setup here, right? Let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's look for a buy setup, and when they break the top, it will probably come back here and then you buy. When they come to this top, we put it to break even, right? I'm expecting them to break out of the top. I don't think they'll stay there, but we can keep the trade until they get there and then make a decision, because this is a big correction and I think we're looking for more upside. Euro Chief. Okay, only today we were looking at this. You can put an entry order here actually and wait, because if they make 1, 2, 3 here, they're going to go straight through it, which means you want to see the Swiss go up faster than the Euro come down, right? I think one more trade to the upside. Remember, Euro Chief buy setup. We're expecting this to come here. From here, we're expecting it to come tag this high and then probably downside. So there's a really big trade here. If you can wait for it to break out or put an entry order or something, that's a big trade. Looks like a nice flat. So if it goes up, it will confirm the flat, and that is a good buy setup. EuroCAD, I'm looking for more upside too. More of corrective structures, not big move, right? They're correcting this whole big move they made. They will need to correct that. So the up move is a correction. And you might be getting a very nice flag for a buy here. See? Euro Pound. Also think we could get one more up. We did come down last week. Remember, we got this. We come here, we got this. It looks more like a big correction. So one more up before the downside. Let me go to the daily and show you the downside. This thing is going to go down, right? We tagged the top. I think this could go up one more here and then look for downside. The down trade is the one you actually want. But that might take a whole week or so before it happens. But that you want this trade down. See that trade there? That is the trade you're looking for down there. We've already completed the flat. I think we have completed the C wave. We're in the completion of the C wave. And two things you can look for now. If they break this structure, we sell. If they break this structure, you get a short-term buy and then you sell. So which will it be? Let's see. I'm looking for the bigger sell. But if we get this short-term trade, I don't think we will take it because we have a specific reason why we wouldn't take it. But we'll definitely look for the sell from the top. And it's because of the new strategy we're using. We're not interested in if this buy goes. We're interested in if it comes here, we sell and we sell and we sell some more. Right? So keep your eyes on this. This one will go. This is your last piece up. If you get that buy, let me just repeat it. If you get the buy and you take it, take profit. But if they start breaking here or they go to the top and start reversing, you want to get in the sell. The sell is the long term. Pangos. Okay, we're looking for some correction here. I don't think this is it. I think we'll get more correction, and then we're looking for downside. And we're looking for something like this. Correction and then downside. The bigger picture, remember, okay, let me just explain this one because I remember when it was here, I said to everybody, this one will go up. And when it was here, I said, guys, you're looking for sell. We're coming down here. Right? Everybody remember that. It's not hidden anywhere. It's there, right? I didn't post that one, so you don't have the signal the way I post. But we're looking for a down. And then they started to pull back. And then somebody wrote me and said, but you said it's going down. I said it's still going down. Right? They started to pull back. The guy said, oh, you say it's going down, but it's breaking up. I said, no, it's pulling back. Because that is the reason it's called wave theory. It's going to go up to go down. It's not going up, it's coming down, but it has to correct. It will correct. It always does correct. This one did not go up in a straight line. They pull back, they pull back, they pull back, they pull back, and every time they pull back was a buy setup. See that? That was a buy setup. See where that is? That's not a sell, that's a buy setup. And we bought it when they were pulling back, when they pulled back into this, right? Then you look for buy setup. So what should you look for when this pull back here? Sell setup. It's coming down. You can see the structure, right? They told you they're coming down. They made a wave up. They made a wave down. They made a wave up. They're making a wave down. Now this is going to pull back. Do we want to buy it? That's the question. Not really. I don't like the buy setup that it is, but it will go up more. I don't think this is all. They have more upside, and then they were going to be a good trade to the downside. What do I mean when I said short term or long term? Short term, I mean it's in a correction to complete within the 240. Long term, it means you're going for a trade that within the daily structure has much more to go. So this is more like a medium long term trade. Starting from the top, starting from the bottom, right? Those trades were medium long term. See that? Possible up move to the top, break the top, reverse. You mean I can't show the trades now? Oh, I can show them, right? Up move and then the downside, right? So you got that. Now you're looking for the downside. If you're in my webinar, you see we're looking for they break that, sell, sell, sell. They're going to come back here. This is short-term trade. You can buy, but it's a short-term buy, which means you take your profit immediately. It's not a matter of time. It could take you a week to go there. It could take you 1 hour to go there. It's not time. We don't measure the moves in terms of time. Right? Time factor is irrelevant. Time factor is relevant when you're in the consolidation, not when you're in the trade. It doesn't matter how long it takes to go there. If it's going in your direction, you keep trading it. If you want to know when to get into the trade, then time factors are relevant. And that is when you're looking at how long would this consolidation take. I don't know. right? I can't tell you how long this will take. Depends on what structure we're going to see here. And then we will make a decision on the trade. So buy setup, maybe. If this comes down now, if you get a short-term trade here, if you get a trade here now, it's going to be short-term, which means when they make this move here, they're still going to pull back. That deep pullback will happen, right? So the trade sell setup now, if you get a sell, would be short-term. But if you wait for it to pull back and then sell, it's a longer-term trade. Pound New Zealand, somebody said they were in the buy or something, or they were looking whether they should close the buy. Okay, so let's get this, pull this down. You see they made a very, very deep pullback, right? Same thing here. We're expecting, we're going down. Let me just clear this with everybody. We're in a downtrend. Actually, from the top there, we keep saying it's a downtrend until it gets here. And then there's a possibility we can still make one more and then come down. See, we could still make one more and then come down. Will they make the one more? They don't have to, but they could, right? Structurally, if they make one more within that structure, we understand that the structure could have 5 waves within that type of structure, right? But will it happen? It doesn't have to have 5, it could have 3, right? So if it's going to make 3, we will break through this low, and then we're going to have a very sharp move to the downside. They're going to break through this and go very sharp to the downside for a longer term trade. See this? For a much longer term trade. Now, if they're going to go back up, we will get a bounce somewhere in here. You'll start to see it bouncing somewhere here and then go back up, right? You see the bouncing happening there and then they go back up. So they're going to make an up move now, and we think this is a correction. So let's put this here, put it in a 1 hour. So you've got to move down, up, sorry. You've got to move down and you're getting another move up. You've got a nice buy setup here forming for this trade, and then look for downside or deeper upside, right? More to the upside. That's a good one, right? So there is a buy setup on this one right now, and you could make that decision if you know how to trade it, right? I still think there is more consolidation in this before it eventually goes down. And the same thing with the pound yen. If you were here, you remember we drew this thing last week that they're going to come back when it was at the top there. We said, watch it, it's coming back to retest this low. And then we think it's going to probably go back, retest the top. And then we think it's going to come down. So this is short term, that is medium term, this is long term. How long each one will take to happen depends. You may get the long-term trade happening less than the medium-term trade. Depends on which one it is. If long-term is in a correction, if long-term is in a is an impulse and medium-term is a correction, the correction will take much longer. So it's breaking the trend line. Great, no problem. Remember what we said. This would likely be a pullback and then downside and then go. You notice they make like 1, 2, 3 structures. You notice that pullback there? You notice they never go in a straight line. They always pull back. You notice they go there, pull back, and still go. So yes, let it pull back. The pullback has nothing to do, the trend line has nothing to do with it, right? So is this all the consolidation? I think no. I think they could come back here, go back there, and then come down. Maybe make a bigger consolidation in here. You know, more up and down, and then eventually go there and come down. So what we're looking for now is a consolidation to the upside, a pullback to the upside to go down, right? No, it's not a buy. If you buy here, you'll probably get yourself in trouble because you already make the move. When they move that much, you want to wait for them to come back and then buy, right? If you buy right now, you have to be very lucky. You're trading on luck and hoping that it's go. I don't trade with luck, right? It's not a long-term sell as yet. It might be a short-term sell. It's not ready, but it's not a long-term sell for sure, right? Because long-term, I think they could do this, and then go down, right? We're looking for a longer-term correction. You still have the sell. You can wait for it to come back more, and when it starts to bounce, then you can make that exit. But in the worst-case scenario, you can put the stop loss anywhere at the top there, right? CAD, same, we are correcting. Remember, this was a correction to go down. This is a correction to go down. Let's look at it in the 1 hour. I don't think it's ready for the downside as yet, right? This made a deeper correction here, but I don't think that's going down as yet. So if you look at it from this point of view, see we're making more like a correction here, right? So take this off. All the punk trades are looking like more correction here. And then the downside, see? So I think we're making a deeper correction, just like we made a deep correction here. See that one, 1, 2, 3, and then downside. Same thing here. We're right now in this stage. And then we're looking for that and then the downside. So expect some upside here. The downside is too early. I don't think it's going to go as yet. Punk Chief, same here. You're looking for a buy setup. You got an impulse. You got some flag looking pattern here. You're looking for this to go out. And then we can look for the downside. Let it go. There's a nice buy setup. So all the punk trades are showing some kind of a punk buy setup. That doesn't mean punk will go up. That means punk may do nothing while all the other pairs move, all the other trades, currencies move. So if Aussie moves down, New Zealand move down, that will be an up on the Aussie punk, up on the punk Aus and punk New Zealand, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean punk has to do anything, right? It could be that because the other, it's could be punk stay right within the correction, and everything else moves. Aussie yen. I think you want to stay out of this. It's looking like a very short-term buy, but you want to stay out of it. New Zealand yen, we were looking for this to break out and go. Let me just show you that trade. Right, we were getting a breakout here. And it had a perfect looking setup for a flag. Let me just set it for you. Come on. And there is a reason why you don't buy immediately when it breaks a trend line like that, because that's not a strategy to trade. And we were looking for this to go down and instead it go up. So that trade we never got. That trade never triggered for us. They made a higher high and we're looking at the structure to see, is it upside or is it downside? So far it is still up, still downside. Right? The entire structure, this whole piece, 1 through 3, still looks downside. We don't have anything else in it to show anything that is going to go up. But if they make a pullback here, and I think they will, and this is a flag, you can take one more trade up, right? One more up, very possible. Not necessary, but possible. What we'll be looking for is a reversal from where it is. A reversal, a flag, and a sell setup. CAD yen. We broke the top, we got 1, you got 2, we're breaking the top. Remember, we're looking at it and said there is a possibility that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, and then go and then come back, right? Well, this inside here turns out to be 3 waves, not 5 waves. So you got 1, 2, 3, they break out, come here, and they're consolidating here. So either they're gonna come back down right now, which means do it from where they are right now, or they're gonna go one more up. So why we said either they do this or they do that? Well, it depends on where the structure is and how it will move. Look for a sell setup if they break this structure here. Look for that sell setup. That will trigger a big move to the downside. If they go up, they're continuing within this move, and they may just come here and go back there and come down. Right? The up move right now is not very aggressive, so you probably watch it for a sell setup. CAD and daily looks also like a sell setup. See, the daily looks like we're in a big sideways move here. 1, 2, 3. So I would not be surprised if they come back here, make a low, and then go. See? So in the middle, yeah, there is a contracting flat there in the middle, what we call contracting flat, by the way. And we call that, it's a regular flat, we just call it contracting because it is contracting. So watch this, I think we can look for a sell setup coming. I'm more convinced of the sell setup coming, so keep your eyes on it. Okay guys, sorry about that. Let's go. 4 hour, New Zealand CAD. I think we're looking for this to come back to this trend line here and probably go back up, right? We're looking at a consolidation in the making there. Let's go to the daily so you can see it. Yep. We're looking for this to come back here and then go up more, right? 1, 2, 3, you come back, you go one more up at least. So put this in the 4 hour. I think you can see the trade setup. It's a short-term trade to the downside, a long-term trade to the upside. So if you get a setup somewhere in here, you can sell this, but then start looking for buys, right? Once they bounce, make a flag, you start looking for buys in here. Because the up trade, the down trade is short-lived. Aussie CAD, short term, you're getting some kind of a consolidation here for more upside, right? Let's go in the bigger picture, 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour looks like you can go up some more because this is just going sideways, right? So I think we can get some more upside here. Aussie, New Zealand, okay. So last week we were at the top here and we were saying that, you know, watch it, this very small one here should break out, I think. Or we were looking for this to break out somewhere there. I can't remember which exactly was it last week. But we're still looking for more upside. And it looks like it's about to break out right now. Yep, it's looking like it's about to break out. So if it breaks, makes a small flag, you can buy. If you buy this, there's potential for a big upside. All the way back to the top here. And put in daily so you can see. Okay. Daily, we're in this structure. You've got one, you've got a correction, got another one, you're getting a correction, and you can get another one. Okay. So that is the trade we're looking for. Let's see if it works. Silver, a little more downside. Right now, it's not clear. We still need to see there's going to be more consolidation here. And then downside, or then this thing would reverse to the upside. Right? So which trade you should take? 1 hour. Stay out of the sell for now. Wait some more and let it pull back, and then we look for the sell setup. Right? Sorry, if it gives you this short-term sell, let it come back here. Look for a sell setup and then buy. But because if you're long-term in silver, you want to go to the daily and buy. So for those of you who are long-term in silver, you put buy entries here. Sorry, that's not a straight line. Let me get some buy entries. You put buy entries here. You can put buy entries here. If you're long-term in silver, and you can put buy entries here. Now, I don't think they're going to get that low. Let's put it at 15. Only one time they've been there. I don't think they'll go back there. So if they come down here, you get this. If they don't, you're looking for this to consolidate here and then upside, right? Those are buy entries for us. If this just consolidate here, you know, something like this, we're looking for more upside. It's possible it can consolidate there, right? And the Aussie CAD, that big structure, it will probably go up and then end. If I figure out what you're saying correctly. Somebody's asking about AB squeeze in the Aussie CAD. I don't think it's an AB squeeze. I think it's an ending diagonal. Can you show New Zealand CAD chart, please? I'll go back to that a little. We're coming, those are the Swiss. New Zealand CAD, what is it you want to see there? It's in a big up move. You can see this big up move here. Up, down, and then up again. So we look for this. And then the upside. Let's go. XAU. I think we got some more downside here. Let me show you this structure. I think we got some more downside, and the downside will tag this low. And then we'll get the upside. So keep an eye on this piece here, and then look for that trade up. If you're selling in this, it has to be short term, because they may be making a flat here, a 1, 2, 3 flat, and then the upside, right? So watch it. You may get a trade down and ignore the trend line. They'll break it, that's for sure. Short term, you'll get a trade. I wouldn't sell it right now. I'll wait for them to pull back and then sell, right? They always pull back, they always pull back, they always pull back, they always pull back. I'll wait for pullback and then sell. And then try to buy it from the bottom going up. If I trade gold, I mostly trade silver. US oil, we are finally at the bottom. There may be just one more fall here, and then that's it. You're going to look for upside, right? So daily, what is this structure? We're still trying to figure it out, right? What we know is this is coming down, and it's likely going to break the low. And from there, we'll decide what this whole structure is. It's a complex structure, and I don't think it's over. If you put all the parts together, you're not getting a complete structure, so it's not over. It means it's still in the making, right? Which means we may see a lot more sideways here, back to the top. So watch oil. If you were selling when we said sell from the top there, you want to look to take profit at the bottom here now. UK oil, very similar move. This one is almost tagging the low, so keep an eye on it. This could start breaking out. If it breaks out, you want to buy. Natural gas, stay out of it. I think there's a little more downside, right? This one might go a little more down, but eventually this would look like a big correction here, right? See, they had one similar here. See this one, very similar correction. And then this could start to go up. So wait for it. Wait for the upside. New Zealand, Swiss, sorry, let's go to the Swiss here. New Zealand, Swiss, same thing. We're looking for more corrections and then upside. Take this out. You could get this one to come back here. Wait for a flag, wait for a sell here, and then look for more upside. I don't see it breaking out right now. CAD Swiss, it broke 4 hour. If that is making what we think it's making a bigger flat, you have to wait for this for a sell setup. And then you look for a sell setup. Wait for a flag under here. Confirm the downside. We don't have confirmation of the downside, but it's looking very good for downside. Aussie Chief, same thing, slightly pull back and then more up, right? You get a slight pullback here, and then you get more upside. Let's put it in the daily, see what it's doing. At daily, I think there's more upside to come. S&P 500. They're in a triangular looking pattern, and you never know which side this will break, right? So if they make a triangular looking pattern, it means there is one more up and then the downside, right? The up will probably be very short-lived. Let me see if I can find one of those patterns for you guys. Not exactly triangular looking pattern, but you got something that looks like this here and like this here. They go slightly up, pull back, go slightly up, pull back deep, and then go. So if you're going to be looking for downside here, right? Wait until this box at the top there starts to come down back. Any sell will have to be if this starts to come down back. Once they get out of this, wait for a flag and buy. The buy to the upside is very, very short term. You're close to a monthly top. So the upside buy is only very short term, which means you're going to get one single impulse and take profit, right? The indices are not correcting. They will correct. It's going to correct. You see, you're looking at a monthly chart and you think they will correct right now. So let's look at what happened here before this correct, right? Or before this correct. You see, they make those small moves there, push a little up, push a little up. We're making that small move there, push a little up, and then you'll watch the fall. So they're going to correct, but they tend to push slightly up. And the bigger picture, that is nothing. Those small pushes aren't anything, but those are what they do before they fail. Because you're at a very, very, very top, and you can see the divergence. They will correct. Just the moment you thought it's not coming and you get into that buy for a longer term, you'll be in trouble. So if you take this buy, it's short term, and take profit because this could come down anytime, right? We don't know how much months that will take, but it's at the top. It's not moving very far, which means it's at the top. Bitcoin, okay, if you want to buy again, good buy, but just take profit, right? If you listen to me, you take profit there. If you listen to me, they break the top, take profit. When they break this top again, they're going to fall, right? So take profit. Remember, you want to take profit in this. There may be buy setups. If you get them, you take profit. Nifty, let's see what Nifty is doing. Nifty is giving one more up. I think there is one more up here. See this? I think there's one more up there, right? On the copper, we're looking for a sell setup, but it might not be ready for that as yet. See? Wait for the breakout here for a sell. But this thing is coming down so slow, you know, that it might not be so fast. DAX keep pushing up within that channel. They did break out. We were expecting it to go. We're expecting this breakout here to go. They go right back up, and they're still attempting to break the top. I don't see this thing going up a lot more. See that? See divergence? I don't see this going up a lot more. Which means eventually this thing will have to come down. So let's see which direction you would want to go with it. If they break this top, we're going to get divergence. And that means we'll start looking for sell setups. If they come back from here, you can start selling from below here. Somewhere out of that channel, you start selling. Right? Let's see where that channel goes. Somewhere like here. If you're in any buy here, it's very short term. Yes, the sell-offs, and then when they start to make patterns like these, the sell-offs are huge. Right? When they start to make patterns like that, you can see the weakness coming in, right? Let me show you, for example, this one. They kind of make a structure like that, go and then drop, right? See that mess there, go and then drop. So you're almost at a point where it's going to break. Remember, this plus 100 plus 50 pips up is nothing. This could go up to like 1350, 1360, but still comes down. The longer term picture is way down to the bottom. Right, so keep your eyes on this. Nobody trades that. Let me see what else you guys trade. I think somebody asked for Singaporean dollar. Yep, a buy setup. Okay, so in my trading room, my traders should be in this already. That is a trade we were looking at for this morning. And we were expecting this to go up some more. So it's a buy setup. Our traders should be in it already. What else you're looking for? Exactly. Very loss breaking. DAX, victim, Euro chief. I don't have all the currencies you guys want, so that may be difficult. I'm not tired. No, I'm not tired. I'm just trying to go I'm not trying to, talk a little low. Maybe I'm away from the microphone a little. Let me reset it. You guys can hear me? GU, go back to the GU. This is a nice buy setup, by the way, in the Singaporean dollar. It's long term. You may want to look at that trade. First, you may get it to this level, and then you may get it to break out. So you guys want to keep an eye on that, right? It looks more upside. I'm okay. If anything, I just have a little cold. On the Eurosec, let's see. I don't have that one on. Oh yeah, Singaporean. Let me see. I can give you the ZAR also looking upside. Euro ZAR looking upside. You can see that one. So the Euro ZAR will give you a trade to about this level, and then watch it to see how they go. Right, watch it. They're gonna come, and then we think they're gonna come back down. So Pang, it's not. Pang is still in the consolidation. Don't force it. It might take some time. It may still consolidate a little more at the top there. This might still make some consolidation here, but it's going to go down. So let me put it the 4 hour and on the 1 hour. Yep, this one. So it will still go up a little, right? This will probably still go up a little here. But the bigger picture is downside. Go deeper with the UJ. Euro USD weekly forecast is still upside. Yes. The bigger picture in the Euro USD is still upside. Okay, let's look at the yen for everybody and the bigger picture, and then we'll go. Yen daily. Yep. Watch this. I think this will consolidate here in the lower picture, and we are expecting them to probably come test the stop. When they get here, I think that will be the next 2 weeks. We will tell you if they're coming down back here or if they'll continue to go. There's a good chance they'll come back here. I think you guys can see this pattern, and then you can see them come here, and then you can see them going back up. See? So right now, the one you should focus on, the trade you should be focusing on, is getting this trade to go up. Short term, come back here. Long term, go up. Right? Let them make this consolidation here. Right? You're not very keen on the sell. I don't think you want to be keen on the sell because you want the upside. This is your trade, right? But hey, if you're bored and you have nothing to do today and you're very good at dealing with counter trend trades, you can take the sell. From the book Challenging Technique and Monthly Euro USD, I have no idea what you mean by that, Simon. Can you explain complex pattern? Forget to explain in previous webinar. Complex patterns. Complex pattern. Okay, let me. Oh yeah, I promised you guys the punk CAD. So let's go explain. I'll have to do that in the weekly because it's far gone. So come back to this weekly, and I want you to see this. Remember, I always said the basic structure that you need to remember is an impulse, consolidation, and another impulse, right? Now, this consolidation here could be simple or it could be complex. By simple, it means you have one single pattern inside, either 1, 2, 3. Sorry, let me get it. This is the up move. You get 1, 2, 3, and you go. This would be a simple flat. We're not going to go into the types of flats you have and all of that. We're not going to go whether you have a single triangle in it. You could get a simple triangle in it, contracting triangle, and you could go. You could have a simple structure in there and the continuation, but you could get a very complex structure, and a complex structure is time-wise. So I want you to look at this, and you can go check it for yourself. This consolidation here, when they made the top, started in when? This was somewhere in 2010, and it ended here somewhere in 2013. And all of that was a simple corrective structure. Very complex pattern. See? It develops, and become more complex, more three-wave structures within three-wave structures within three-wave structures within. But that did not negate the fact that you're going to get a simple, you're going to get an impulse, you're going to get consolidation, and you're going to get another impulse, you're going to get consolidation, and you're going to get an impulse, right? That doesn't change. That one fact doesn't change. Impulse, consolidation, and another impulse. Patience. The rule of the game for trading, a couple things you need to know. First, you need to know what the patterns are. You need to know all the patterns, all of them. You need to know them, what they look like, what are the internal structures. The second thing you need to know is how to recognize them within the structure, how to recognize those patterns, how they're developing, how they can change, you know, what they can become, what pattern they can be, right? So you need to know that. You need to know how to recognize them. I think the biggest difficulty traders get is how to recognize the patterns themselves. You look at this and you're asking me, what pattern is in there, right? What is it? What correction is in there? What pattern is that? Because it's always a pattern making somewhere. What is it making? Here, you don't want to know how difficult it is? Look at this piece and tell me what you think is going on there. If you can figure out what's going on there, well, then you start figuring out patterns. See? So that's the biggest problem traders have. It's not just reading the book and knowing the names of the patterns and reciting it to somebody as if you're training them, right? Like some people will come, hey, I'm going to do a free training session on this thing. I'll just give you the rules and I'll just rewrite the book for you, right? That's not it. That's nonsense, because you will not learn anything that way. For you to really learn how to understand it is getting into the charts and identifying them, understanding where they start, where they end, how they develop, what pattern you're looking at. And 90% of Elliott waivers, I'm telling you Elliott waivers, I'm not talking about basic traders, get it wrong. That is if 10% of them are my traders. The rest 90% literally get it wrong. I'm kidding you, right? But most of them get it wrong all the time because they have no idea, right? They really can't figure out the patterns. We look at I really don't want to bring this up because this would be another big problem. But we look at the people who are supposed to be the cream of Elliott waivers showing what they think is a triangle. And even if I am on high on some kind of drugs and I put all my imagination on, I would not see a triangle there. Literally, you wouldn't see a triangle there where they're labeling it as a triangle. So I'm not on drugs. If I was on drugs, I would still not see a triangle there. I don't know how on earth they see a triangle there. And that is why they get it wrong all the time. And because of that, people think Elliott waves are very, very complicated. It's not complicated. It's understanding. There's a concept. If you understand the concept, forget about the labeling, understand the concept. And then you take that concept and put it into the charts. And then you start seeing the difference. Add to that concept, which only you can get in my training. Nowhere else you'll get this in the world. Is where I will identify what is a single wave for you. And if you know what is 1, I think all of you can count to 5. If you don't know what is 1, there's a problem counting to 5. If you don't know how much is 1, right? Where 1 starts and where 1 ends. What is 1? If you don't know that, how do you count 5? And that is the problem with Elliott waivers. Elliott forget to tell us of how to identify what is a wave. I'll be posting on Trading Floor very soon. You guys should go there, and don't forget to help share the links for the YouTube videos. That is what is great, so people can get these, right? These are the ones I want to get out. I will be posting charts and short videos there very soon. It's not ready as yet. It's still setting up. They will have a new charting package. I'm waiting for that new charting package, right? And then I'll stop using this charting package. So all of you, let me see what Abdullah is writing. I got scammed introducing Forex by trading only using indicators. All of my friends. Yeah, you should not use indicators to trade, because if it was that easy, all of us will be very rich. Right? It's not that easy. You know, that is why support and resistance doesn't work, because it's not that easy. And here's the thing: when I come out here and I say to traders, guys, don't do that thing. Don't listen to these guys who are selling you support and resistance. Don't listen to the guys who are selling you those scrappy thing about what they think it's, you know, animals in the thing. They said, hey, this guy's criticizing others people trading method. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you plainly what is not working. And it's that easy. It's not working. Full stop. Period. Nothing more. It doesn't work. If you think by drawing some horizontal lines in the chart you can learn to trade, okay, you can kiss your account goodbye, because you're going to tell him goodbye very soon. It's not about that. It's complex. It's very hard. You have to study a lot. You have to learn all these patterns. You have to understand what the structure is doing at any moment, right? And then you will understand what it's doing. How to know structure? Because structure is all over the world. Everything makes structure. I found a video the other day, I showed my children, where the scientists have found that sound makes structure. Yes, sound, something you hear, makes structure. Any one of you here seen that video? If you're not my students, if you're my students, you saw it because I posted it. It's a scientific discovery. Anybody else have seen that? Where they put the sound on to that thing and it shows how it forms those patterns, those distinctive patterns. Any of my traders still have that video? Please post it. If any one of you have it or you can remember where it is. Yep. I posted in my group a while ago. No, not that one. We're not talking about the one where I think what you guys talk about, the one where they showed with fractals, not the fractal one. This is one where they show how sound make distinctive patterns. If any of my traders can copy it and repost it, would be great. Yep, actually sound. When they put sound, they actually put, I don't know what was it they put on top of this. whatever that was, and they put this song to vibrate in it, and the patterns are distinctive every time. I think you guys just got it if that's the correct one, right? Very distinctive patterns. So there are patterns all over. Anything you think of is patterns. So you have to learn to read the patterns in the chart. Here, doctors do it. When you go to cardiologist, that is what he does. He reads the pattern in the graph. Seismologists do it. Who else? Who doesn't look at a chart for patterns? I don't know. Literally everybody does. So it's not about the animals in it. It's about the patterns. So you can accuse me of trying to criticize any other's person method. I'm not criticizing any other's person method. I'm criticizing methods that don't work. That's it. Right? Exactly. You know, it's always about patterns. So please do the right thing. If you want to succeed in this, you got to learn it the right way. You can try to look for a shortcut, you know, like, hey, give me 2 lines and give me a signals, right? And like I said, it's not going to work. It's still proven that one of those guys could tell us that it's working. They can't because it's not working. So, okay, guys, I'll see all of you. All of you take care. I didn't stop.